Okay, we're ready. Let's do this. So for those of you that have not met me before or seen me before on one of our webinars, my name is Cynthia Davis. I'm an executive sales director with Financial Education Services in United Credit. And what I'm going to be doing tonight is going over the information of the company that's taking the country by storm. We are literally blowing up all across the country because of what it is we're able to do for people, how it's able to help people get into homes. So a little bit about me. Before I started this business, I was actually a branch manager at Citibank for 18 years. And I would watch my clients come in and get declined for things like credit cards and business loans and mortgage loans. And there wasn't a lot that I could do for them. And after being there, my mortgage person ended up introducing me to someone that she's known for over 20 years, showed me, introduced me to him, and he showed me what he was able to do to help people fix their credit. So I started referring to him, and I was watching my clients come back, credit qualified, ready to buy a mortgage, buy a house, get a car, all those types of things that were stopping them before with their credit. And after doing this for about a year, I ended up asking about how that compensation plan worked, how much money he was making every time I referred it. And the rest is history. I do this full time. I've been doing this full time for over 6 years now. So I'm going to show you what I saw 6.5 years ago and let you make a decision for yourself. Let you see how this is working. So first, it's important to understand where we are in the country right now. I mean, the fact is 56% of Americans have subprime credit. They have low credit scores. They have challenges with their credit. 44% don't even know what their credit score is. And do you think it's because they're in the 700s and 800s? Or do you think it's probably because it's very low and they don't want to know? Right? And then a quarter of people don't even know how to figure out their credit score. They have no idea what's made up of it. So how are they supposed to know what they're supposed to do with it to fix it, correct? So what we do at Financial Education Services in United Credit, we lead with education. We know that our formal education did not teach us about this. They didn't show us how to have great credit, how to make sure that you keep your debt down, use your credit cards the right way, how to have financial success or freedom. They certainly didn't teach us how to be entrepreneurs and run our own business, right? So what we want to do is welcome you to United Credit Education Services. And I'm going to go into, who are we and what kind of services do we offer here? Now, first off, United Credit, I'm going to call it United Credit for short. We've been in business over 15 years. They have, to help people for over 15 years remove negative items from their credit report and get qualified for things, again, like buying a home, getting a car at a good interest rate, getting a job, getting business loans, things like that. So this protection plan is literally what's taking the country by storm. I mean, this is a membership that focuses on protecting your credit, your family, your finances, and your future. So we're going to talk about what's included in the protection plan. Look at all of this. I mean, it's budgeting tools, credit restoration. I'm going to be digging into some of these in detail too. Credit builder, credit attorney, credit monitoring, a debt payoff system. Also includes financial lockbox, identity theft protection, net worth calculator, savings goals, will and trust, and the Youth Financial Literacy Foundation Family Mint. So I'm going to talk about what each of those is, but a little bit about the credit restoration, because let's be honest, that's the thing that excites people the most. This is the thing that really that drives people to want to get to know us and know what it is that we do, because our credit restoration services are through our nonprofit organization, United Credit. So we're able to actually lead with that education, teaching people how to get not only great credit score, but how to keep it long after. We show people how to maximize their score and their financial opportunities by doing that. So let's talk about how your credit score is calculated, because there's 5 different areas. Biggest factor determining your credit score is your payment history. That is 35%. So if you don't have anything positive, for instance, reporting on a monthly basis, you're severely leaving out the biggest percentage and factor in your credit score. Capacity and amount owed is 30%. What that basically means is, how much do you owe versus your limit on your credit cards and things like that. Length of history. How long have you had credit history with your particular trade lines and accounts? That's 15%. New credit with inquiries is 10%. And the types of credit used is another 10%. Okay, so you see that there's many factors that go into it, But again, when you're looking at someone that has a credit card or doesn't want to get a credit card, that's literally 65% of their score that's impacting them, that they're missing out on if they don't have those types of things. So here's some things that you should know. First off is the credit reporting agencies, credit bureaus, in other words, they're not government entities. A lot of people think they are because of the word bureau in the title, but in fact, they are privately held billion-dollar companies, and their only interest is in selling your files to companies that want to extend you credit. They don't care that your credit files are correct or not. Something else you might want to be aware of is the credit reporting agencies, each of them are independent. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian don't talk to each other. They have their own formulas, their own system, and they don't talk to each other. So you can have creditors that are literally going to be reporting on one bureau, and then a different creditor is going to report on another two, and a different creditor might report to all three. So creditors have that option to be able to do that. So this is one of the many reasons why your scores will never be the same. But this is also why mortgage lenders pull all three, and then they take the middle one. They want to know overall because they want to cover all the creditors that you could potentially have. Now, here's the good news, right? You can restore your score. You have the power to do that. Because it's such a flawed system with the credit bureaus, the Fair Credit Reporting Act had to be enacted in the 1970s, which give you the right to dispute or investigate any negative item on your credit report. And I mean anything. If it's on your credit, it is subject to this law, which means the burden of proof is on your creditor. Look at some of these things: late payments, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, collections, medical bills, student loans, short sales. Anything that's on your credit report is subject to this law. They have 30 days to prove that that item belongs to you. And again, therein lies the beauty. Doesn't matter if it's yours or not. What matters is, can they prove it within 30 days? And for me, I mean, even though as a bank manager, it doesn't matter. We've all been through things. I went through a divorce, had to file bankruptcy. On this program, it was deleted from my credit report in the first 30 days. I mean, that is so powerful. So I just want you to think about how many other people are in the same situation that have negative items on their credit report. Now, something else that's very different about us is that we have online access for our customers. So they're going to be able to know exactly what's happening with their credit. They're going to know exactly what they need to be doing to build a positive credit. All of it is accessible in their online portal with the education and the tools that they're going to be able to access 24/7. Now, let's start digging into some of the other services. That was the credit restoration service. Again, there's 12 services in total in the protection plan. All of these are included. So budgeting. It's hugely important to track your income and your expenses. A lot of people don't realize how much money they have going out to different expenses, whether it's for coffee or movies or entertainment, whatever it is. And when you start creating your own personalized budget, you realize how much money is really being spent. And then you can start tracking that and having more money to be able to save or to put in for an emergency fund or have safer goals of like a vacation or whatever. A budget is very, very important to do, and it's amazing that it's included in this program. Now, the positive credit builder, it's not only important to remove the negative items, we've got to show people what they need to do to build positive credit. And so this is an online tool that you can use. It's going to show you exactly what you need to do to build positive credit while we're working to remove the negative items. Now, also included in your protection plan is a credit attorney. The fact is, there are some cases that are difficult to remove. There's inaccurate items on your credit report, and sometimes the creditor is giving you a hard time about it. Other times, this is super popular, is that the fact is that people wonder if a negative item comes off, will it go back on? And that's illegal. They're not allowed to do that. You have the protection of a credit attorney, and it's included in your services. Credit monitoring is important. Everybody, whether you have a challenging score or whether you have an 800 score, needs to monitor your credit. It's just too important to pay attention to that because it affects too many factors, right? So we have an accurate site that you can be able to track 24/7. Outside of this company, this credit monitoring costs over $30 a month. So it is definitely what you want to use. Most people are out there using things like Credit Karma, and it's just not accurate. The average person is off by about 85 credit score points when you use a system like that isn't accurate. Now, debt payoff system. This is really great because there's so many Americans out there that have debt and they have no idea when they're ever going to pay it off. This allows you to put in all of your debt, all of your credit cards, your car payment, anything that you owe. And what it'll do is spit out a report letting you know what your get out of debt free plan is. It shows you with the same amount of income you have today, what you need to do to pay off your debt that much faster. So it's awesome, awesome system. The financial lockbox is also included. And this is really powerful because I want you to think about it. $58 billion goes uncashed every year. Pension plans, accounts, 401ks, all sorts of stuff, life insurance policies, simply because your beneficiaries don't know where you keep your important papers, your important information. So this is a way to have basically an electronic safety deposit box, and it checks obituaries every day, and it sends an email to your beneficiary, and it lets them know exactly what they need to know. This is where I bank. This is where my safety deposit box is. This is where I keep my trust. Everything you need to know to take care of their wishes. So that's really, really powerful program. Identity monitoring. At this point, every 2 seconds, an identity is stolen. It is rampant, and it's just, you've got to make sure that you're protecting your identity. And here we are trying to help people build their credit and get a great credit score. We certainly want to make sure that we put a shield around it and protect them so that as soon as they get a great credit score, there isn't someone else trying to take it from them. So of course that's included. Net worth calculator. This is a way for you to track your assets and your liabilities and really know exactly where you stand. And that really helps you for retirement as well, as you're making those plans towards retirement. Even if you are in your 20s or 30s, those are always things you need to track for long term. Now, the savings goals. This is a great interactive system that shows you, what is your goal? Do you want to go on vacation next year? Do you need to save for, college education for your child? Do you need to start setting up an emergency fund? It's a system to where it'll show you exactly what you need to save for a certain amount of money by the goal date that you want to have, and then you have a plan that you can go by. The will, trust, power of attorney. These are your estate planning documents. And guys, everything I'm covering, again, I really want to, make this part clear, is that everything I'm covering is in the protection plan. It's all included for anyone that signs up. The will, trust, power of attorney is your estate planning documents. I mean, what are your wishes if something happens to you? Whether you get incapacitated, whether you pass away, there's so many questions that your loved ones have, and it's just the responsible thing to have this already set up and set aside in the case of an emergency. So that is included. And I'll tell you guys, as a branch manager, I sold these constantly. I didn't sell them. I referred them when I was a branch manager to estate planning attorneys. And people paid thousands of dollars to get these things done. $3,500, $5,000, sometimes $10,000 or more, depending on the number of assets and the properties you have. It is incredible that that service is included in the protection plan at such a low cost. And then the YFL Family Mint. As I said, it's unfortunate. We didn't learn this in school. They didn't teach us about this stuff. Well, in your protection plan, you have the ability to have an educational portal right there for your kids in your home, maybe your nieces, your grandkids, whatever it might be, to teach them about this stuff now, direct at the source, rather than, just trying to relay maybe what you've learned so far on your own. You can plug them into this, and that service is available for them as well. So it's really, really nice. Now, to get started getting all of these services, as I said, you can pay thousands of dollars for the will, trust, power of attorney. To get your credit fixed, people pay $3,000, $5,000. It's expensive to get your credit score up. And why? Because you need to leverage it to get things like buy a house. And if not, then your opportunities are very, very closed, right? So to be able to do all of this the day you start, it's only $188. That includes a $99 activation fee. And then after that, it's only $89 a month. Guys, it's $3 a day. Less than the cost of a cup of gourmet coffee, basically. How many people get Starbucks every day, right? For less than that, you're able to get not only your credit fixed, but have all of your finances in order in one simple place. And by the way, we are going to talk a little bit today about how you're going to be able to get that for free. Now, that would be exciting, wouldn't it? I mean, believe me, I get it for free, and I love that. Lastly, the Youth Financial Literacy Foundation, as I mentioned, we do have that educational portal. But what we do, out of every $89 per month, $2 goes to fund that. It's our nonprofit part of our business, that foundation. And so we're able to go into schools and teach kids ages 8 to 18 on the matters of personal finance. And we give out scholarships every year at our annual convention. As you can see, we gave out 100,000, then it went up to 170, and then 250,000, and then this year we gave out $350,000 to deserving kids that are seniors in high school and freshmen in college. And that open enrollment is actually going to be coming up pretty soon for those that want to apply for that. That is open to everyone. So it's something that's really near and dear to our hearts. And, you know, we really are so proud that we have that program included and that we help people, you know, while we're helping people fix their credit. So quick recap is, if you're on this line, on this webinar, because you're looking at the services, you want to know if it works. I know we have a lot of potential customers in here that wanted to see how it works. Simply for $188, you can get started. And again, after that, $89 a month. If you simply have some questions, I mean, just get on the phone with the person that invited you. They're happy to get you either on the phone with one of us, or they can answer your questions themselves to get you started. But what we want to do at this point is change gears a little bit. I would like to introduce you to the gentleman that I actually met literally 7.5, almost 8 years ago. And he was the one that was introduced to me by my mortgage person. She had known him over 20 years. He's owned his own business and been an entrepreneur for well over 20 years. He is absolutely incredible. So this is definitely someone you're going to want to pay close attention to. Mr. Lawrence Turner, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am. I am right here. I'm on the tarmac right now.
I see you with your red plane.
Yeah, I had to use that, and I had to find a shirt that matched my, you know, my transportation around town.
I see it now. I do see that. Very nice.
I know, right? Look, gotta be cool.
Style.
Hey, great, Cynthia, great job. You know, I was thinking back as you was doing the presentation. I was thinking back when I started 8 years ago, and I was suffering from credit issues. I had a 522 FICO score because I was in the real estate market as an investor, and as you know, the real estate market, let's say, corrected.
Something like that.
And I had to, and I got into a situation where my credit score dropped significantly. I was renting a home. I was driving a car that I've been driving forever. It was a Lexus GS 300. I hope some of you guys and ladies remember that car. But I had that car for many years. I was scared to go get a new car because I knew my interest rates were going to be sky high. So I just waited, and I was lucky that a friend bumped into me and said, Lawrence, there's this company that's helping people restore their credit. Now, Cynthia, I've told you this before. The first thing that came to my mind was, no way, that's a scam, that's a ripoff, that's no way, that doesn't work. But I was thinking in my mind, what I learned throughout my career is you got to have depth in your thinking. So I had depth in my thinking. I said, well, at least let me look. Let me see if it's something that can help me. And I did my due diligence, and I saw it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to spend the money because I spent my money on other things, have nothing to show for it. I'm going to spend my money on this and see if it works. If it doesn't work, okay, I'm out of money. But if it does work, what could happen to my life? And you know what? For the folks out there, I went from a 522 FICO score 9 months later to a 749.
Nice.
Totally changed my whole life, my whole perspective, because your life costs more if you have less than perfect credit.
Right.
And it was costing me way more. So when you was talking about that, I was just thinking back when I started. And I appreciate you doing a phenomenal job, at doing your organization, helping clients all across the country, not only in Las Vegas, but across the country is what you're doing. And like I said, you're doing a phenomenal job. So I appreciate you
so much
doing this part. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great evening.
Right. Thank you, too.
Good. So folks, again, welcome to our overview. This is the financial education part, financial education services business opportunity part. What Cynthia went over is the as far as being a consumer, a client with United Credit. I want to go over the opportunity. You being an entrepreneur, you starting part-time, you're thinking about, hey, listen, I want to change my life. I want to do something different. I want to earn more income. And you probably want to get financially literate. And one of the best ways is obviously restoring your credit and doing the right things. So I want to introduce financial education services to you and tell you what we're all about, what I'm so excited about, and many, many people across the country why they're experiencing so much excitement with our company. Because what we're going to talk about today, here's some of the things you're going to learn. You're going to learn what is FES. You're going to learn how you can help people. That's right, you can help people improve their financial situation. But you also, we're going to show you what you need to do to start and grow your business. Now, Financial Education Service, let's talk about the background of them. The company was founded back in 2004, headquarters out in Farmington Hills, Michigan. We have consistently strong annual sales growth, totally debt-free company. And folks, we have the same key executives since the company's inception. So the people that are that's been with us in the beginning, they're still with us, and that's very, very exciting. Now, let's talk about running your own business, because some of you may be thinking like, can I really start a business? Because a lot of people out there want to run a business, want to own a business, but a lot of times they think they need a lot of education, need a lot of money, need some type of experience, but that's not true. So I want to talk to you about running your own business. See, you have the opportunity to use the marketing tools that we create, that we have, and they can help you sell your business. You get the opportunity to supplement your income, which we found out that a lot of people need to make additional income. Or you can do what myself did, what I've done, what Cynthia Davis done, and many people across the country. They've taken on the role of coming on full time. They may have started part time, what most people do, and then as they get good in the business, start to learn more, their income start to surpass their job income, and they end up becoming a full-time entrepreneur with Financial Education Services. You have the opportunity to work from anywhere at any time. I remember last weekend, I was on an airplane about to fly to Chicago. We had a webinar. No, I was flying back from Chicago back to Las Vegas, and we was on the webinar, was setting things up. I was on the plane in my laptop. That's all you need. Laptop or a tablet or your smartphone, and you can run your business that way. You get to take and keep control of your finances, and you also have the ability to help others do the same, and they're looking for you out there. So let's talk about what does an FES agent get if they decide to come on board with us. Well, number one, they get a personalized agent website. You can see to the right, soon as you come on board, you automatically have a self-replicating website, and you can start doing business tonight if you come on board as an agent with us. You have an online sales tracking system to manage your business. Of course, you want to do that. Agent and customer support. You have access to professional marketing materials that you can utilize to help sell your business. We get paid weekly paid to qualified agents. What does that mean? Well, you have to be working, right? You have to be active, and you get paid every Thursday. Those that pay that we receive, obviously, they're commission, residuals, bonus, and much more, which we'll talk about as we go through the presentation. And life insurance, how about that? You have the ability to have life insurance, again, for qualified agents. That means you have to be active. There's some minimum requirements, but you have life insurance. Whether you have pre-existing conditions or not, doesn't matter. It comes with your protection plan, because every agent that comes on, they're a protection plan member as well. Now, Cynthia talked about the cost of it is $188 to start and $89 a month for a client. But what I want to show you, because we pay $89 per month, but like she said earlier, there's an opportunity for you to get yours for free. And I'm going to talk about that. Imagine all those services that Cynthia Davis talked about, and you get them for 100% free, no expenses out of your pocket. All you do is receive revenue. That's a good thing. Tax advantages, obviously, because you're in business for yourself. You're what's called a 1099 independent contractor. So you get to make your money, reduce your taxable income by your expenses for building your business, and then what's left over is what you pay taxes on. And then you have the opportunity to help others, which is very key. You want to be able to help others. So what does it cost to do this, to get all these benefits, to get the services, to get your credit restored, to make income, to help people? What do you get? Well, what does it cost? Obviously, it's $288, a one-time enrollment fee, and then again, $89 per month. Imagine that. Starting a business, $288. People usually come on board when they come with us and they work the system the way it's supposed to be worked. They're coachable, they follow a system, they usually get that money back within 30 days, easily within 30 days. And now I'm going to show you here shortly how you do not have to pay the $89 per month. So everything is free. You're in a positive with this business if you just follow the system. We'll talk more about that. So as an FES agent, you have some additional services that you can offer outside of the protection plan. Number one is Credit My Rent. That's mainly the biggest bill of most people's as far as discretionary income, that they have to pay rent if you don't own a home. So what happens is when you're paying your rent, it doesn't report on your credit report as a positive trade line. Now, let you not pay your rent. It will get reported, and it's called a what? You got it. It's called an eviction. We don't want that to report. We want positive payments. So now with our Credit My Rent, you can pay rent and it can show as a positive trade line in your credit report. That will significantly increase your credit score. See, it's all about taking negative stuff off and putting positive stuff on. That's how you significantly increase your credit score. We also have, some people have a hard time or can't get unsecured credit cards. Well, we have a secured credit card. One of the top in the industry is through First Progress. I started my son off with this when he didn't have any credit. I started to teach him about credit as a youngster. Now he's close to about an 800 FICO score. He's 21 years old, close to an 800 FICO score because of the teachings he's learned through me, through the company, and he's also an agent with Financial Education Services. The third thing we get to offer outside the protection plan and earn revenue is our Smart Credit, which is our credit monitoring program. Again, you get to track your scores, track your credit report, make sure there's nothing crazy going on with your credit report. You get to monitor that at any time you want to. And then we have our My Care plan. That's something separate also outside of the protection plan, which is the will, trust, power of attorney. Again, Cynthia Davis talked about this. You can go to an attorney and get it set up. That's your right. You can do that. But expect to pay quite a bit amount of money for that to get set up. With here, it's a low fee. You can either have it inside the protection plan or outside. That's your choice. You have the ability to offer that to your clients. So let's talk about the free services. This is the good stuff right here. I talked about this. You can get your services for free. We have a saying throughout our company. It's called strive for five, strive for five, strive for five. What that means is that when you close the volume month, every month, with at least 5 active protection plan members, your payment is waived the following month. So imagine this. If you have 5 active protection plans every single month, you never have to pay your $89 per month. Look at that. Here's you. You get your first person, second person, third, fourth, fifth people. Some people get them in 60 days, 30 days, 2 weeks. Some people get them in a day. It's just a matter of how hard you want to work, how many people you want to help in a fast amount of time. You can put yourself in a position to earn all those services for absolutely free and enjoy what the protection plan offers. That means you get your credit for free, your credit restored for free. You get the will and trust for free. Identity theft, free. Credit attorney, free. Credit monitoring, free. All of that. And like Cynthia said, she doesn't pay for hers. And guess what? If she's not paying, I'm not paying. So you definitely got to have at least 5 in every month. That's an awesome, awesome opportunity to do. And we'll show you exactly how to get yours for free. So now let's talk about when you do enroll someone in the protection plan. So now you're an agent. We've taught you how to get customers to help them get their credit restored. What happens is every time you enroll someone, you earn a $100 commission every time you bring someone in on the protection plan. But not only that, you earn residual income of $12 per month. Every time your customer, your client, makes their $89 a month payment, you earn at $12 per month in residual income. I mean, that's just super, super powerful. So that's one way how we earn income. Another way how we earn income, and this is through our customer acquisition bonus. This is if you take the route and you decide you want to build a business. What do I mean by that? Well, our business is similar to real estate. Real estate has a broker, and that broker opens up an office and aggressively looks for real estate agents to work in their office. Now, when a real estate agent goes out and sells a house, they earn a commission. But guess who else earns income? The broker does. So every agent that does a transaction, that broker earns income from each and every transaction each and every agent does in their business. See, you have the same opportunity to do that here, but we don't deal in real estate. We deal in the protection plan. We deal in financial products. So here's an example. When you personally bring on an agent, and that new agent that you brought on brings on 2 protection plan customers within their first 70 days of entering the business, you as an agent would earn anywhere between $100 and $560, but it's based on your title with the company. So here's an example. So here's you. You can see yourself on the left side, it says agent, here's you. And what you do is you talk with a business associate, a friend, a family, a relative, whatever the case may be, whoever the case may be, somebody that's looking to be an entrepreneur, someone that's looking for more out of life. They decide to come on board. We train them within our system to go out and get protection plan customers. They get their first 2 within 70 days. That new agent is going to earn $200 because they brought 2 customers in, plus residual income. But what you're going to earn is called a customer acquisition bonus of $100 because you're incorporating the efforts of other people. See, when you incorporate the efforts of other people, you get to help more people. You get to earn more income. You get to do more. You get more free time. You get to accomplish more because it's not just you. You're building an organization. And that's what we're talking about when you're dealing with this customer acquisition bonus. That bonus goes all the way up to $560. I mean, that's just super, super exciting. There are some qualifications you need to hit in order to achieve these higher positions, but you can't, everybody can. The first position is field trainer. Field trainer, we've had several field trainers, and Cynthia Davis doing a phenomenal job. I think she's promoted about 5 or 6 field trainers within the last 30 to 45 days. I'm just doing an absolute phenomenal job. But as a field trainer, you bring in an agent, they do their first 2 protection plan sales within 70 days. You as a field trainer will earn a $160 customer acquisition bonus every time you bring on a new agent that get their first 2 protection plan sales. The next position is senior field trainer. We just had a young lady, Miss Christy Moore. She went out there and did a great job. She just got promoted to senior field trainer. $240 every time she brings in an agent and they follow our system to get their at least first 2 protection plans. She's going to earn an additional bonus of $240 plus residual income. Next position, which is a power position in our company, is called SD, which stands for Sales Director, $380. Think about that. If you brought in 3 agents per week and helped them get 2 protection plan customers per week, that's over $1,000 per week at the Sales Director position. And we have a platform on how you can get to that position in 90 days. Now, if you don't make it in 90 days, do you quit? No. It takes some people longer. It took myself longer. Some people do it in a shorter period of time. It doesn't matter. As long as you can stay focused long enough to get to these higher positions, you'll see your income start to get ridiculous. You can see Cynthia Davis. She's at the ESD position, $475 customer acquisition bonus. My position, Vice President, $500 customer acquisition bonus. I mean, all the way to the top, which is the pinnacle Senior Vice President, $560 every time that happens in your organization. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. So not only do we get paid that way, we also have what's called our monthly infinity bonus. This is a bonus that's paid out once a month, and it starts at the Sales Director position. As you can see, Sales Director, you need to do $10,000 in volume. When you do $10,000 in sales, the company gives you an additional half a point on that amount of sales. So that's an extra $50 check that the company just gives you. I mean, I know some of you may be thinking, $50, that's it? Believe me, if they're going to give you $50, you're going to take it, right? So it's not about that. It's just a matter of that they're giving you extra money on top of what you're already making. As you can see, all these positions go, the higher you get into our compensation plan, the more money you make. Executive Sales Director, $50,000 you have to do, a 1% extra bonus check that the company give you on top of everything else. Vice President, 1.5 on 100 grand. To be a Vice President, you have to do $100,000 in revenue within your team on a monthly basis. Phenomenal. The top position in our company is Pinnacle Senior Vice President, $10 million in 1 month. And we do have someone that has accomplished that. They get a 3% bonus. Or if they do $10 million in sales, that's a $300,000 bonus that's paid once a month. Phenomenal. Now look at this. This is a club I love. This is a club that if you go out there and take this business serious and you go out there and build yourself a team and bring on protection plan, you will be inducted into the R&R club. This is a club that helps you build towards rest, relaxation, and retirement. And for each and every agent, it's well worth over $3.4 million annually to you. This is another way how we earn income. All these other ways I'm showing you, this is just another one if you take this business serious. When you and your team bring on at least 500 protection plans, okay? Now think about it. You got a team, and everybody bringing in a few. When you accumulate 500, you now qualify for the R&R club. Level 1, you will get a $600 a month car allowance to give you the opportunity to get you a Mercedes, an Audi, or a Cadillac. Those are the only 3 you get to choose. I chose a Mercedes. I love that car. You have the opportunity to get that. We have a ton of members. We just need more. There's so much room for so many people to get these cars and cash bonuses. It's absolutely phenomenal. You just got to take it serious and do the work. Level 2, $10,000 cash bonus. Level 3, they increase your car allowance from $600 to $1,500 a month. Level 4, $25,000 cash bonus. How about this? Level 5, you get a $50,000 cash bonus and an upgrade to a Bentley. How about that? Can you see yourself driving around in a Bentley? You got great credit. You got your car being paid for. You got a ton of money in the bank. And you got a business that's helping tons of people across the country achieve higher credit scores. I mean, that feeling is phenomenal. How about this? Level 6, house payment, $5,000 a month house payment. Getting your house paid for, right? Level 7 through 10. Here's, look at this. The company gives you a monthly retirement bonus up to $25,000 a month. So that means they will match your income, your pay every month, dollar for dollar, up to $25,000, and put that into a retirement account in your name. I mean, that's just absolutely phenomenal. They're able to do those types of things. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. Let me just meet this person. Perfect. So that's what the R&R Club is about. Absolutely phenomenal. Everyone has an opportunity to do that. From the brand newest person, you can come in, go to work, build a business, follow a system, and this could be you. I promise you, it doesn't matter where you come from, what education you have, what experience you have, it doesn't matter. You have the opportunity to enjoy all these bonuses and income and helping tons of people across the country. Just absolutely phenomenal. Here's some people that are doing a phenomenal job. This is what I was telling you about. This is our top money earner, Miss Nicola Smith-Jackson out of Loganville, Georgia. I mean, she just came into the company and took it by storm, building great leadership and just living an incredible lifestyle, doing some phenomenal things with the company. Super, super proud of her for doing what she's done with our company. Sabrina Liu from Washington, she's a young lady, 26 years old, and she was, like I said, she was drowning in financial trouble, like a lot of us. But she came on board. Someone introduced FES to her. She decided to take the chance, come on board, follow the system. Now she's living the life of her dreams. She's now a homeowner and just taking this country by storm with her business. So she's building something very, very special. Mr. Alfred Nissing, he's based out of Porter Ranch, California. Another young guy, just absolutely tearing it up within the company. His business at least $2.5 million per month, and just growing. I know he does much more than that, so I'm just waiting for his next promotion to come. I mean, he's living a lifestyle like you can't believe, building leadership all across the country, living an incredible life. Mr. Bobby Kim from Wesley Chapel, Florida. This guy came from sales, 20 years in sales. Decided to get out because it was putting a hardship on his family, which caused him to get a divorce. But now he's with FES. Totally different lifestyle, totally different. He said it's a life-changing opportunity. He was introduced to this company the same way a lot of you being introduced, through somebody else. He decided to take the risk on coming on board, and it's totally changed his life for the better. Mr. Tony Camilleri out of Farmington Hills, Michigan. I mean, this guy, he's a broker out in Michigan, but saw the opportunity where the product that we deal with could help his clients qualify to be able to buy more real estate. But come to find out, he saw this FES business something more than just that. And he is doing a phenomenal job building a team across the country. I mean, he loves to travel, he loves real estate, and he loves helping create wealth for people out there and to build something that's special for a lot of families out there. Just doing a phenomenal job. So how can you be a part of this? Because understand this, all these things I've said is great, but it can't come to fruition if you don't understand. You have to have the training and obviously the support. So what we're going to teach you, whether you know anything about this or not, we're going to teach you how to launch your new business. You decide to come on board. We're going to show you how to use social media to market and advance your business, because that's where a lot of people are at, on social media. We want to make sure you do it the proper way. We want to show you how to properly expose people to the protection plan, how to establish a substantial team of agents, how to manage that organization, how to understand and maximize our compensation plan. That's important because you can lose a lot of money if you don't understand that. How to build a long-term residual income, money that comes in whether you get up out of the bed or not. That's what you want to have coming in. It's not about how much money you make when you're awake. It's how much money you make when you sleep. That's what it's all about. And we have the plan for that. How to become a successful leader and how to have the right mindset and attitude for success. That's the 90% of winning in business, is having the right mindset and attitude towards success. And not only in FES, that's in any business. You find a successful person, the first thing they worked on is their mindset. And you'll learn so much more by coming on as an entrepreneur with FES. So what do we have? We have a marketing system. What is FES.com? We have a training system, successwithfes.com. All these things can be accessed right from the comfort of your home. We have training webinars, calls from corporate office and our top leaders. We have a support center, regional training events, annual FES convention. I know Cynthia Davis mentioned that. Every February here in Las Vegas, we have a convention. It's absolutely off the Richter scales. Phenomenal. We have qualified agent incentive trips. The company takes 65 couples or 65 people on an all-expense paid cruise. You have the ability to win. I've been on several of those. Absolutely phenomenal. So just a quick recap. Let's talk about this. What is your level of interest? Some of you may be thinking like, man, can I do this? I promise you, if you put the work in and you put your mind to it, it can be done. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, make a change. That's what I did years ago. I was in the tax business, and when your tax business is over, you have enough money, but come about September, you broke. So you need extra money coming in. And this fit the bill for me. And then all of a sudden, FES became my main income over my tax business. It just totally changed my life. So to become an agent and a customer is $288 to start. That's what it costs. Now, don't think about this now. You may be sitting here saying, well, I don't have $288. Okay, that's fine. What you have to understand is a special word that you have to become, and it's called resourceful. Do you have someone that's willing to believe in you? Someone that will invest in your success, your future, and say, here's $288, start your business, go to work. See, that's what it's about, other people's money. That's what entrepreneurs do. They grab other people's money, start their business, make a profit, pay that person back. Now they're in business. So you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to ask for help, for assistance, whatever you have to do to get that so you can start your business. You follow our system, you'll make that money back. That I know. But if you still decide and say, no, I'd just rather be a customer, well, it's $188 to start. Get started today. Don't procrastinate. Make a decision. See, no decision is a bad decision. You either say, yes, I want to do this, or no, I don't want to do this, or I know someone that this will be a good fit for, because we love referrals. Some of our strongest people that's come into this business have come from a referral. So if you have questions, make sure you ask your agent or someone who invited you onto this webinar. Ask them, say, listen, I have some questions. Can I get some more answers? Absolutely, we can get you some answers. If you're ready to get started and jump on this train, this fast-moving train, get with the person that invited you on this webinar and say, let's get started. Get to their website, get signed up, and let's start you on your fast pace of training and get you moving, start earning income, start helping people, and changing your life. If you're not a homeowner, guess what? You could become a homeowner. If you're looking to get a business loan, but you can't because of credit scores, we can help you with that. You trying to lower the interest rates of your car? Listen, it can be done. It's just a matter of you making a decision. So folks, I hope this is some great information for you. We came fast and furious for you. But again, get back with the person that invited you on this webinar. Let's talk. Let's sit down. Let's chat. Let's get things moving. So I appreciate you guys coming on board. And if you make that decision, I want to welcome you to the family. And hey, listen, all I want to know is I just want to tell you that I see you definitely at the top, because guess what? It's way too crowded at the bottom. So folks, have a great night. Get back with the person that invited you on this webinar, and we'll talk to you soon.